Hello there, and welcome to the top 50 tracks of all time. We're on the cusp of the top 5 now, so we're going to be looking at number 6 today. Actually, one of my favourite designs there from Audrey for the number. Track is from 1980, so those observant around you may be aware now that that was the last of the 80s. So today sees the end of the 80s. There are no 80s tracks in the top 5 of all time. This one has moved up. It has moved up 7 places from 10 years ago, where it was sitting at number 13. And 20 years ago, in 2000, it was number 28. So up 15 places 10 years ago and up a further 7. No surprise for me at all. I'll explain why soon. First, I will show you one of the versions it's on. This is a compilation album. Reads better that way, but it's not the way it is. This is one of the different formats I have this particular track on, because it doesn't actually belong on any album through tragic reasons. The track is Love Will Tear Us Apart by Joy Division. Tragic in that this was the song that was supposed to get the band exploding onto the American scene. They had several tours scheduled for the US, and this song was their breakthrough song when tragically their lead singer Ian Curtis killed himself, and the band reformed many months later and became New Order. The reason why this is a climber is because it's a go-to track. It sticks in there. I'd say it's a particular favourite of the family. I can't speak 100% for Athena here. I think the word that I'd maybe use for Athena on this one is familiarity. So she might correct me when we watch this later. But for the other 3 in the family, Maddock, Audrey and Hazel, this is definitely a favourite. And that's not me just wanting it to be so. Obviously, I play a lot of my music to them and they react both positive and negatively. Audrey mentioned in her presentation of Lamb Chop that some of the stuff we agree on quite strongly and some of the stuff we disagree on quite strongly. This track, I'm aware of the impact it's had in that out of nowhere, even if I haven't played it for quite some time, one of the kids will wander through humming it. And also Audrey taught herself to play this on the piano, and Maddock taught himself a few bits of it on the viola as well. So there's got to be some sort of interest for them to just sit down and pick that up. Comes into my favourite theme, of course. It's the title itself, Love Will Tear Us Apart, tells you quite a lot there. Apparently it's Ian Curtis writing about his relationship issues with his wife, but at the same time it could be anybody's relationship issues. That's the whole beauty of music, that you can find things that link to you and interpret them the way you will, as long as it makes sense, of course. This is also a case of it is their popular song, as it were, and when I was younger, much younger, I would never want to be associated with those listening to the popular stuff of a particular artist. So I would have definitely gone for more of the hardcore tracks. I think I had Comakino as a favourite, and Ice Age, those kind of things that I still love, but a little bit more on the the periphery now in terms of this track is majestic and is easily the best thing they've done. And interesting here as well is that New Order managed 5 tracks in the top 50. And Joy Division managed 2, but then yet again in the chart of mine, Joy Division end up a little bit higher, 3 places higher in the mighty 10. So both of them are in the 10, but the Joy Division just nip it in the bud. So in truth, that means that this is actually my favorite track of the 2 bands combined. So even though I listen to New Order a lot more, this is still the favorite. Tragic song, beautiful to listen to. I did listen to New Order a lot more, and it was through New Order that I was introduced to Joy Division. I was a little bit too young to be into Joy Division when they came out, as I was only 6 when they started recording. And I was only 9 when Ian Curtis killed himself. So this is not the sort of music that I was listening to at that time. I was very pop orientated when I was between 6 and 6, I've no idea. But when I was 9 and 10, I know that I was getting now that's what I call music, and listening to the top 40 and watching Top of the Pops. So I was checking out whatever was going on there. It was a little bit later in the 80s that I moved towards, for example, Depeche Mode and New Order, and then moved backwards in time to Joy Division. Very big fan of the band, but this, like I said, is the standout. You'll get the video, so there's no lyrics in there, but it's kind of good if you listen. Try and pick out the lyrics because they are pretty significant as well. And I think most of you should have heard this. Any that haven't, you're in for a nice surprise. And we'll see if I pop in a bonus video, seeing as tomorrow we start the top 5 countdown. See if I can give you some last minute teaser trivia about that. But otherwise, go off and listen to Love Will Tear Us Apart. See you tomorrow.